Welcome back, and to shed more light on the significance of this press conference, we're delighted to be joined over the phone by Mr. Rahman, political analyst. Good afternoon, sir.
Well, good afternoon to you. Hello to you and the dear viewers.
Hello, sir. Sir, what are the main objectives of the joint press conference between Egypt and Jordan concerning the Gaza conflict?
The Egyptian-Jordanian bilateral relations and the United Situations is one of the main pillars of the Arabic diplomacy on the arena in the Middle East. Our working together, our joining efforts towards many files, especially to the Palestinian case, and preserving the national security, the Arabic national security, is significant and historical. And this is a new step to develop the mutual relations and the joint efforts towards those files on so many levels. Together, we are part of or members of the great electrical project between Egypt and Jordan and Iraq.
Yes.
This is a very significant project that expected to bring prosperity and power sufficiency to the three nations of us. Also internationally, we are joining efforts and concentrating efforts to put an end to the catastrophe that is going on in Gaza Strip according to the Zionist aggression against the Arabic occupied land. And still, as we are speaking right now, the Zionist existence is preparing for new massacres and new Holocaust on the Arabic occupied land in Gaza Strip. Our efforts should be concentrated also with our partners in the region, whether in the Arabic countries or international countries, whether to the east or to the west. Of course, along with the international efforts to put an end to this massacres and that tragedy, historical tragedy that the memory of the human being will never forget.
Mm-hmm. Sir, how can collaboration between Egypt and Jordan influence efforts towards achieving a ceasefire in the Gaza Strip?
Since the beginning of the crisis, of course, we have witnessed too many decisions that both Egypt and Jordan has agreed upon. By the headlines of those efforts, we are agreeing on the same course, the same strategy, literally, almost literally, towards put an end to the Zionist aggression, the total withdrawal of the Zionist army from the Arabic occupied land, especially in Gaza Strip, establishing a new independent Palestinian state that represents the hopes and dreams and the rights of the Arabic people in the Arabic occupied land, that represents all powers on the region and doesn't belong to the past at all. We need a new patriotic leadership to lead the Palestinian state, and of course, as tactical level, we need, of course, to concentrate efforts to have this file accomplished, which is concerning the hostages with the exchanging between the Zionist existence and Hamas. Mm-hmm. And of course, we have witnessed yesterday a very significant meeting between Mr. President Abdel al-Sisi and the chief of the CIA and other part of this file, internationally, of course, to find a final solution to this bloodshed.
Yes. Sir, both leaders stressed the significance of abiding by the international law with regards to the current crisis in Gaza. What's your take on that?
Well, of course, we have taken the same situation, and we have held the international efforts, especially to the international court in La Haye, and we have supported and even joined. I'm speaking for Egypt. We have also joined South Africa in the decision to have a lawsuit against the Zionist existence in La Haye's international court. And of course, Jordan is supporting the Egyptian efforts in this field. And of course, we have, and I believe also that Jordan hails the Egyptian efforts that no other country could achieve in helping and supporting the Palestinians in the Arab-occupied lands. And of course, Jordan was and is still one of the main sources of those supplies that are being passed over to Gaza Strip throughout our own military forces that are being dropped from the sky on the Arabic in the fields of killing and massacres that the Zionist resistance is committing as we are speaking right now.
Great. Sir, Minister Abdel also further affirmed that there was no alternative to the role played by UNRWA to support the Palestinians. How do you see the significance of the role of UNRWA with regards to the current situation in Gaza?
Well, let me tell you that the whole world is witnessing a twist of situations that the international organization has taken towards the Palestinian case. In the past, even in the near past, we didn't find that true support by the international organizations like the UN and the UNRWA to the Arabic people in the occupied land. This is a historical situation, and the proof that this situation is historical and most humanitarian, that the Zionist existence has pressed with all its powers and all its associates in the West to pressure the UNRWA organization and other humanitarian organizations to stop and to prevent those organizations to do its role, to do what they mean to do, and many of them were killed as martyrs, trying to achieve their role and their mission.
Yes.
We of course we praise and hail that very historical situation.
Right. Also, the Syrian crisis was tackled at the press conference and returning the Syrian refugees to their homeland. Would you please elaborate on this point?
Well, of course, the Syrian refugees are one of the most critical files. Syria is a friendly and a brotherly nation to Egypt. We have common history that goes way back to thousands of years. But of course, the political changes and what's happening and what's happened already before 10 years ago, since what I call it the Hebrew Spring, that affected and damaged too many nations in the region, has of course its consequences, and the Syrians have paid a lot, paying for those consequences. And of course we need to deal with this file in the most civilized way, as we have always did, and we have proven to the whole world that we don't receive refugees. We are dealing with visitors, we are dealing with neighbors, we are dealing with people who are in need, that came to Egypt as brothers. And this is, of course, the only way we can expect others to treat Egypt. We need for the others to treat Egypt with the same humanitarian situation and an honorable situation.
Right. Sir, the Jordanian foreign minister also stressed that the destiny of Palestinians should not be in the hands of Israel, calling for an immediate ceasefire. Well, how do you assess the role of international organizations so far with regards to what's taking place in Gaza?
The Egyptian administration, whether the presidency or the foreign affairs ministry, has tackled and repeated time after time that the fate of Palestinians should be in their own hands, not in any other hands, not in any other international powers, not from the East, not from the West, not even Arabic, but only the Palestinians who decide their fate, God's willing. And of course, I support this situation. This is a very honorable situation. That means we are preparing for a legitimate solidarity in the new Palestinian state to be established in the future. Mm-hmm. If we can't build this new state on the pillars of solidarity and taking their own decisions by themselves, there will never be a Palestinian state.
Mm-hmm. Would you please elaborate on the current humanitarian situation in Gaza and how has it affected the daily lives of the Palestinians over there?
Well, today, as we are speaking, there were state of panic that is going through in Gaza Strip. There are warnings of a new Zionist attack against the resistance elements and the resistance troops. That those attacks, they don't differ. They don't make difference between the human being and the citizens and those who are fighters and troopers. There is no difference on their line of fire, and they have no protocols, and they have no honor, and they have no human feelings. I don't believe that those armies of the are going according any law. They are using the law of the jungle. This is not a code of war or a war code or international law code. I believe that that bloodshed that the Israelis are creating in Gaza Strip, they will be first to drown into, inshallah.
Sir, what are the key components of the current crisis plan proposed by the U.S. and how does it aim to address the ongoing conflict in Gaza?
Of course, it's a legitimate plan, and it's inspired by the Egyptian peace plan. Mm-hmm. All we need now is confirmed statement signed by Tel Aviv leader to make it clear to the whole world that this is a legitimate document concerning stopping the aggression, exchanging the hostages, and withdrawal of the Israeli troops from Gaza Strip. This is what we need right now, and I believe this is what is the only obstacle standing between making this agreement being approved by all of the powers in the region.
How has Hamas' stance on ceasefire conditions evolved, and what does this mean for the peace process?
Well, I believe that Hamas and other powers in the Palestinian arena is taking a new course, which is uniting their efforts, uniting their situation toward the agreement and toward the peace talks led by Egypt and its counterparts in the international community. We need to narrow the gaps between the situations, and we need to unite to see a united Palestinian situation. We don't need any more to stand and to see any division on the Palestinian front. Should unite their efforts, unite their sounds, unite the situation. We can never, the Palestinian case do not tolerate any more division in the political situation. There should be no differences between the situation of Hamas, the situation of whatsoever of the Palestinian resistance powers or the Palestinian Authority. I don't believe that until this time we are witnessing that division. This division should be ended right now if they really they are seeking the best for their own case.
Great, sir. What impact do you think the release of detainees could have on the negotiations and overall conflict resolution?
I don't believe that the international efforts at all are just are as important as I'm seeing that this conflict, despite all of the efforts all around it, it will be ended and resolved in the field of battle, not in the field of diplomacy.
Mm-hmm. How has the international community responded to these alleged violations, and what measures have been taken to hold Israel accountable?
Too many procedures were taken, of course. Too many international resolutions, especially the last two resolutions taken by the UN. But what really have mattered here, that the public opinion, international public opinion, has turned against the unit's existence since it was created by Britain and the Rothschilds since 1948. This is the first time that the international public opinion do not respond to the Western media that brainwashed millions of people, billions of people, and of all nations, creating a false picture about the conflict on the occupied land, showing that and claiming that the Israelis are the victims and the Palestinians are the criminals, while the opposite is the only truth.
Mm-hmm. Great. Well, I would like to thank you so much, Mr. Abdel Rahman, a political analyst. Many thanks for your insights, sir. And your viewers, now we go to a short break and we'll be right back.